Lyle and Erik are en route to their parents' memorial service when Erik notices Lyle is wearing their father's shoes. Overcome with emotion, Erik begins to sob. Lyle gently reassures him, saying their parents would be proud of them. Reporters outside the service hurl questions, asking if their parents were killed by the mafia. During the service, the brothers give heartfelt speeches. Erik starts with a story about their parents, but as memories flood back, he breaks down, unable to hold back his tears. Lyle follows, declaring his readiness to take up their father's mantle and become the family's rock. As a final tribute, he shocks the attendees by playing Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You by Milli Vanilli. In 1989, 2 months after the brutal murders of Jose and Kitty Menendez, and the police are no closer to finding the killers. Though there is speculation about mafia involvement, all avenues remain under investigation. Erik, still consumed by grief, retreats to the bathroom to cry. He's haunted by nightmares of the murder, imagining both the act and shooting himself. In a therapy session, Erik walks with his therapist, confessing suicidal thoughts and recounting the nightmare where his parents were killed. Tearfully, he reflects on how hard their father was on them, and with a heavy heart, he confesses the truth. He and Lyle killed their parents. He explains that the plan took root while watching the movie Billionaire Boys Club. They quickly devised a scheme to free themselves from their father's control. The therapist, Dr. Oziel, is baffled that a movie could trigger such a drastic action. Flashbacks reveal deeper wounds. In one, Jose humiliates Erik after a bad tennis match in front of others. Another shows Jose berating Lyle at the dinner table for failing to answer a geography question, mocking his education at Princeton. Dr. Oziel probes deeper, asking if their father was physically abusive. Erik responds that Jose was just very domineering. The therapist then questions why they killed their mother. Erik reveals that Kitty was trapped in a cycle of addiction, exacerbated by Jose's affair. She turned to alcohol and pills, and the brothers believed they were putting her out of her misery. Erik also mentions that Lyle was expelled from Princeton for plagiarism, sparking their father's rage. One night, when Lyle announced his engagement, a heated argument broke out. Kitty, enraged, called him a hypocrite and tore off his wig, shocking Erik, who had no idea his brother had been hiding his hair loss for 3 years. Erik recalls how vulnerable Lyle seemed in that moment, and from then on, he decided to stand by his brother no matter what. Erik details how they went to a gun store in San Diego, using a fake ID to purchase a shotgun. They carefully orchestrated an alibi with Lyle's friend Perry Berman, and chose Sunday night to carry out the plan. After driving home, they shot their parents multiple times, burying their bodies in the woods. The brothers then tried to buy tickets for Batman, but since it had already started, they were turned away. Instead, they went to Taste of LA, where they made sure people saw them, despite Perry leaving. Upon returning home, they were surprised to find the house empty. Lyle called the police, tearfully claiming someone had killed their parents, with Erik screaming in the background for effect. Dr. Oziel suggests calling Lyle to join them, but when Lyle learns that the doctor knows everything, he flies into a rage. Dr. Oziel, sensing danger, rushes to a payphone and calls Drew Dallon to come to his office as a witness. Lyle storms into the office and confronts Erik. He spots Drew Dallon fleeing the scene and demands to know who she is. Lyle denies everything, insisting Erik made it up. Dr. Oziel tries to calm him, promising not to expose them and offering to testify that they acted out of fear of their father, provided they tell him the full story. In the car afterward, Erik apologizes to Lyle. Lyle, however, is cold and focused. He insists that they have to kill Dr. Oziel, then speeds off into the night.